I'm done with the basic blockout and breakdown of all of my key poses and my key frames for the first part of the walk cycle. Let me show you what I've got so far. So here's what it looks like. I'm just going to flip through my timeline, and you can see, yeah, it looks like we're taking a step. We go down, here's the passing, here's the peak, and then of course back down to the contact. And it looks at the moment that we've done a really great job of defining that step. I like animating a walk cycle this way because I get to plant the foot way down here at the bottom. And I also get to define on the passing pose how the toe stays on the ground and how the passing and the peak and the contact all work together to make it look like we're physically moving forward. So, job well done for me. Yay, Pat, I did a good job. I'm liking the way this is working. And since I have these dialed, ready to rock and roll, I now can start duplicating these keyframes to make the back half. Because remember, the first half is identical to the back half of the animation. So let's go ahead and start that process. Now, I know that that 4, 7, and 10 are the exact same poses as 16 and so forth. So let's just grab these. I'm going to grab those right there. And I'm going to hit Shift D inside of my timeline. Before I do so, I want to put my my playhead at frame 16. That way I just have a good target of where I can drag these to. So Shift D, and I'm going to drag them to frame 16 like that. Now if we replay our animation, it's going to look a little strange because it looks like it just repeats itself. And we'll fix that here in a second. And then lastly, we have frame 1. We know that frame 1 and 25 are identical. So let's go ahead and duplicate that and put it where it needs to be as well. So there we go. Now we have all of our keyframes, and the task that we have in front of us is really just going in and trying to figure out how we can adjust this backside to create the illusion that we're after. We don't want to have to redraw it, right? That's not the idea here. We don't want to redraw any of this, but we do want to go in and make some small adjustments to the materials that we've applied to the legs, and of course their position inside of the scene itself. So let's do the colors first, because I want to keep my brain kind of organized here. So in frame 13, the gray leg is changing its role. In every sense, the gray leg is now going to become the stabilizing anchor for the next step. It was the white leg previously, okay? If we take a look at it, in the first part of the animation, the white leg is the anchor. Boom, there's the down. We step forward, and it serves as the anchor as the gray leg swings forward and it hits the ground. Well, on the back side, the role is changed. The gray leg is going to be the anchor. And since we just duplicated the drawings, we need to go in and change the materials that are associated with it. Because if you look carefully here, on frame 16, this is a duplicate of frame 4. This in here, all this is supposed to be the gray leg. And this is supposed to be the white leg. So on the duplicated frames, we need to change the color of the leg and their arrangement inside of our scene to create the illusion. It's all a trick, this whole animation game. We're tricking our audience into believing that these simple animation strokes are nothing more than, these animations are alive, but they're really nothing more than just simple drawings. Okay, so let's change the materials. And this is why I wanted you guys to have some materials already created when we started this process, because it makes it easy to flip the materials pretty quickly. So I know this is the gray leg on frame 16, and this is the white leg on frame 16. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to start with the gray leg, and I'm going to go over into my material library, click on the back material, and assign it. There we go. Before I drop my selection, I'm going to go, I need to push this so it looks like it's behind the body and behind the hip. Right now it's in front of the body. With that selection still in tow, let's go stroke, arrange, and I'm going to do send to back. Boom. Now that leg, it looks like it's behind the body of our character. We're going to do the exact same thing with our foreground leg. We're going to select its pieces, grab the front material and assign it, and then also bring it to the front, like that. Now we brought it so far to the front that we lost the indication of our hip. So I'm going to see if I can grab that hip and bring it to the front. Sometimes that happens. All right. Let's keep going. Let's do the same thing on frame 19. Remember, gray leg is now the anchor. So frame 19 is a copy, a duplicate of frame 7. So let's grab all the white ones, all the parts and pieces that represent the white leg, the anchor leg, and let's flip it to the gray. Reverse it, and we'll send it to the back. Bye. Now let's grab what used to be the gray leg and assign it the front material and bring it to the front. And don't forget the hip. You also got to arrange it so that it's in the front. And you can see already that I have some editing in here that I need to do. That comes in the second step, but the illusion is starting to come in place here. Okay, oops, excuse me. I orbited on accident. Let's do this one real quick. Luckily, it goes pretty fast. Once you kind of get in the rhythm of it, it goes pretty quick. Let's assign the gray leg. Let's be disciplined. We're doing the gray leg first, so let's assign it the back material. Send it to the back. Grab the foreground leg, assign it the front material, and send it to the front. And don't forget about that hip. That's the last little detail in here that really starts to make it shine. Okay. Now, I know it's going to be kind of wonky because the frames are not in the correct location, but what I'm looking at right now is just the consistency of this gray leg. Does it always appear as though it's on the back side of the model? Let's find out. I'm just going to scrub my timeline through. It jumps back there. We're going to fix that here in a second, but yeah, there it is. We've successfully completed the illusion. Now let's go in and fix the poses. So here on frame 13, let's go to frame 16, and this goes pretty fast because really all we need to do is grab it. I'm going to turn on my onion skinning so I can see where, and let's go into my onion skinning properties. I'm just seeing a keyframe before. I don't want the future keyframes to cloud my decision making in this moment. So I'm just looking at the past here. So this is what I'm seeing on frame 13. This is where the contact pose is on frame 13, which is going to give me a really great understanding of where I need to put my character. There we go. Here's the down pose. Grab it, hit the X key. Excuse me, didn't select the points. Grab it, hit the X key. Move it forward, see how fast it goes. Here's frame 22. Grab all these items, grab it, translate it along the X. Now I'm looking at the tip of the toe just to make sure it lines up. And then on frame 25, grab it, translate it along the X. Make sure that toe is still generally kind of right where it is. And let's look at our keyframes and see our little guy walking across. Yeah, look at that. Not too baddie, not too bad, not too shabby. It looks like it's starting to shape up. So this is how we manage all of our keyframes. We're trying to do as little drawing as we can, actually. As you would imagine, that it takes a tremendous amount of labor and effort to draw all of these animation frames. If we can reduce that down, if we can recycle poses and just make small changes versus making entirely new poses, well, that would make the whole animation process go a lot faster. In the big picture, when you're animating a feature film, you have tens of thousands of individual drawings that you then need to create. If we can find efficient ways to shorten that workload and to make the animation process go faster, that's always ideal. So managing our keyframes and managing our drawings is an excellent, excellent tool to help the animation process go a little bit faster.